So, went upstairs, got some food. And I was like, changed a diaper on a baby. Hung out with the other kiddo for a minute. Talked to my mother. Did some stretches, some exercise. Ate some ramen. It was pretty good. Uh, I sat down, started looking at the thing. I was like, well, I could spend the last few minutes here. I also closed my eyes for like a minute. Um, and I was like, well, I could spend my time cleaning up the document and starting on the audit because we're actually pretty close to the end of the game, believe it or not. This is pretty far in. In fact, this is the fifth to last boss in the game, and you know how rapid fire the bosses are. Anyways, so, you know, or I could beat Ridley off camera. And I know you're all sad that I beat Ridley off camera, but let me share a couple things I learned about Ridley. First of all, there was something, and I'll admit that this is my fault. When he does that stun attack right before he puts on his anti-plasma armor, yeah, we're just past it, Alex. Um, he who can run up and do one of those melee finishers to do a big chunk of damage. And the moment I found that out, I realized how bad of a fight this is. Because the moment I realized that, it crystallized that if you remove the bad controls and just play this on a proper control system, this fight would be a joke. So here's the format of the fight. He can do all kinds of random things. He can do melee swings, he can do his tail swipe, and he can fire breath on the ground. He can also do a charge attack. He only does that very rarely, though. All of these things have tons of CETA. You can see them coming from a mile away. You just dodge past them, and you're good. And then after you've hit him enough, he's like, oh, I'm weak. You do the super big attack, then he puts on the armor, goes into the air, and then he stops existing for a minute. I actually did a couple of save states to prove this. He doesn't exist when he's transitioning from ground to air, probably because there's a completely separate object which is loaded for the air version of Ridley than the ground version of Ridley. And so he does this thing, and you can't shoot him, you can't hit him with super missiles, you can't do anything with him. You can't even lock onto him properly during this transition. Then he usually does either his fire attack, which he usually does very quickly, or he does the tail attack, and then he lands, and then we repeat. That's it. That's the entire fight. So to talk that out, the way this fight goes by design is dodge, dodge, shoot, dodge, dodge, shoot, dodge, dodge, shoot, repeat until either he goes into the air, at which point you dodge, 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 and then he lands, and you go back to dodge, dodge, shoot. At some point he goes vuln, you hit him with the big melee attack, and then he goes, I'm invincible. Then you just wait for him to do one of the attacks that has a long cooldown period, after he's done it, of which he has 3, both in the air and on the ground. Once you do that, you hit him with a super missile, and he falls, rinse and repeat. That's the whole fight. No, it does not, Dark Day. I have heard worse boss fights. Oh my god, DBD, you're right! But no, yeah, you're right. I have heard of worse boss fights. Even Ridley in Super Metroid, if we break him down, seems a little bit simple. Except not quite. Ridley in Super Metroid is actually really well designed for reasons I'll get to when we get there. Um, Mostly because of the fact that a lot of what he does is what I call reactionary. So there's 3 types of enemy AI in older games. So this kind of applies to newer games as well, but this is how they would do enemy AI in older games. There's patterned, they do whatever they want to regardless of you. There's reactionary, they do something dependent on what you do, usually a button input. Or there's retaliatory, if you hit them or otherwise cause damage, then they do something. And this is how boss design is constructed. Ridley back in Super is almost entirely reactionary. And I know that sounds like a bad thing, but when I say that, you have to understand that it's reactionary not just relative to you shooting, but your position to him and your angle to him. So the entire fight with the Super Ridley, yeah, Mega Man uses all 3, by the way. That's one of the most common examples of. Mega Man 2, for example, Airman is pattern, Heat Man is retaliatory, and Metal Man is reactionary. There you go, 3 examples right there. Super, he will track his position relative to you, and how much damage he's taken, and what you hit him with last. So, okay. Oh, you're under him? Okay, he's going to do this. Oh, you're over here. He's going to go straight over here. And he changes that based on that positioning. So the whole game is, the whole fight is extremely fluid as a consequence. Super Ridley doesn't have a lot of attacks. He's got his flame breath. He's got the thing where he pounds the ground. He can just fly around and, of course, do contact damage. And that's kind of it, honestly. And yet, exactly, Team Bedine. And yet, because of the fact that he changes so rapidly what he does based on you, the whole fight feels very fluid. It feels very hard. It's the hardest boss in that game. And that's the important part. If I could use a weird parallel, one of the things that I kept being constantly pissed off about in Starfield was that the towns, the cities, didn't feel like cities. They felt like towns. They felt empty and vacuous and small. And I pointed that out because other games have made smaller areas feel bigger, right? By usage of visuals and NPCs and sound effects and background elements and all kinds of other things and other tricks that people have developed for years and years and years. It feels bigger. That's the important part. Same thing with Ridley. Super Ridley is a simple fight, but it's a very well-designed simple fight, and so it feels hard as hell. And you feel satisfying when you actually beat him. Contrast this guy, when I finally figured out his pattern, and that melee thing I've been skipping, this guy was boring. Now, it still took me a few attempts. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to, like, talk myself up. But the point was, it was just like, oh. And that was it. I was not engaged. I was not anything. I was just bored. And that is ultimately why I gave Ridley 2 negatives. Because he's just a dull fight. And that shouldn't be any boss. Never mind this guy. Yeah, make 9 dodges in a row. Don't make any mistakes, because he hits like a truck, by the way. He hits, like, you notice my health. Even in my successful attempt here, my health is almost gone. So don't mess up, or you have to do it all over again. Now, I'm going to do a quick save state here in case I screw up. Then we're going to unpause. I'm going to shoot him once. Or we're going to get stuck in this mode and die. Oh my god. Please stop getting in that mode. Oh my god. Okay, there. Boom. Screw this fight. Even on the Wii, I could see this fight being irritating. Oh, I have officially gotten farther than myself, by the way. So, anyways, that's the last boss, right? Right.
I wondered if Anthony was conscious as he hit bottom. Unbearable thoughts welled up in me, making me want to get as far away as I could. I regretted not being able to protect him.
He was the only good character in this piece of crap.
Thinking, even for a moment, that he would betray me. Or fail to come to my aid at the expense of his own safety.
You know, Anthony was a bro. Go figure. From the beginning. No, Arcus, there's no way. There's no way. With the likes of games like, you know, Starfield and Secret of the Stars and Devil May Cry 2 and Mega Man X7, I get that kind of question kind of commonly, and I feel like every time that someone asks that, they haven't actually seen the actual Drek. The stuff at the bottom, you know? Having said that, someone do me a favor. What's our 10th worst reviewed game right now? And what is the golden number it got? Negative 154.02. Oh god, why? And Wolfenstein Youngblood. This might surpass that. Hey, I might be able to do this now. Yeah, this might surpass Youngblood. This game is 100% getting the garbage tag. Could you kill those, please? No? Could you be a better game? Is that also beyond you? But, like, I don't think this is going to get down to the levels of Starfield, for example. Never mind Secret of the Stars. And yes, Anthem is pre-Oblivion line, Alex, so I have no idea how Anthem would have scored. Probably would have been bottom 10, but I don't think it would surpass Starfield or Secret of the Stars. Those two are just in a tier of their own. Like, look at the golden number spread at some point. Look at how much of a gap there is between the third worst and the second worst. There we go. Oh yeah, so someone asked earlier what was the difference. This is assuredly some kind of emulator bug, but apparently the game just didn't like me putting a cap of 50 golden number. It's apparently the emulator does not accept or acknowledge the L button as an acceptable button for shoot. I don't know why, but there it is. But yeah, Anthem is really, really, really bad. It's also very dense. So I could see Anthem getting negative 200, no question. But negative 300? I'm not sure Anthem is at that level of garbage. Yeah, by the way, can I be egotistical for like 1 second? Just really quick. So, I'm a good game reviewer. And I work very, very hard to maintain that. I try to be fair, I try to be understanding. I have spent years developing a system which is occasionally still being iterated upon. I get feedback from other people, and I bother to do as much of the game as possible when reviewing it. I say all of that because I can say, if every game after Oblivion, I could say pretty solidly, bam, that's the review. That is what I think of that game, and how I think that game deserves to be scored. There's occasionally some asterisks. You know, that's why the tags system exists and why I usually try to type up extra thoughts, but the final score itself is pretty indicative. Why do I bring this up? Let's look at what the professional critics said about Metroid Other M. The overall average score was a 79 out of 100. The official Nintendo magazine of the United Kingdom said, it's not quite up there with Prime, but it's a great action game with a sensational storyline. 91. Video Game Zone, I believe that's a German site, said, Metroid Other M from Team Ninja is an exciting action adventure for the Nintendo Wii with great gameplay and excellent long-term value. Although there's some issues with the controls, the game features an exciting story, many things to collect, which is a fundamental lie, and a much better orientation compared to the Metroid Prime trilogy. Joystick gave it a 90. Wired gave it a 90. D-Pad Magazine gave it a 90. Mera Station gave it a 90. Vandal gave it a 90. Games TM gave it a 90. Atomic Gamer gave it a 90. Cubed gave it a 90. And I know what you're thinking. Well, hang on. You're cherry picking. You're right. I'm sorry. Let's look up what Starfield's reviews are. Oh, that's right. An average of 83 from professional critics. Attack of the Fanboy gave it 100. Hey Poor Player gave it 100. Something in German gave it 100. Gaming Bolt gave it 100. Gaming Bible gave it 100. Washington Post gave it 100. Game Rant gave it 100. IGN gave it 100. Xbox Addict gave it 100. Impulse Gamer gave it 100. Movies, Games, and Techs, 100. That's all. Elitism over. Moving on. Okay, where am I going? Actually, not sure where I'm going at this point. No, I'm pretty sure that that Kill Jaden was pretty sure that he would have issues with the second Lich King, but even if he didn't, that's not really the point. What are you talking about, Vendali? I am a professional critic. Also, it looks like someone killed the bot. Well, that's an interesting question, Bladejamal. Let's see. Would this story be better if I'd never played the series before? First of all, no. Because these cutscenes are terrible. They're terribly directed. They're terribly storyboarded. Their audio balance is wrong. Their voice direction is wrong. Their music direction is wrong. The animation is wrong. The very nature of how they apply narration is wrong. The pacing is wrong, and they are padded. All of that is stuff that has nothing to do with the Metroid series. They're just bad. Now, having said that, are they getting more negatives because of the fact that I am a Metroid fan? Yes! That's what external continuity is there for. IGN Spain, Arcus. Sorry, need to clarify. True enough, Pillars of Snow. True enough. Can't argue that. If I could be blunt, though, the reason I call that an ego thing is it's honestly satisfying to say that I take my job that well and do my job that well. That I take my job that seriously and do my job that well. Excuse me. That's it.
Something was gnawing at me. Communication with Adam had ceased. From the deleter's point of view, Adam would represent the largest threat. Without question, his life had to be in danger. But it was Adam Malkovich. He wouldn't go down easily. And Adam would already know about the deleter, so there's no way he would let his guard down. If that was the case, then why couldn't I reach him? What did he think of the unfolding situation, and what was he planning to do next?
And in case you forgot,
my racing thoughts started to frustrate me.
yeah, your racing thoughts are frustrating me too, Samus. Yeah, you know what's really sad, Dark Day? Oh yeah, let's just catch him. He's right there. We can catch him. He's right there. He's right there, Samus. Samus, he's right there. He's right. He's like 5 feet. Samus, he's right in front of you. He's right there. He's the last guy. By definition, by default, he is the bad guy. Go get him.
This elevator is bound for Sector 1.
I mean, if by to be fair you mean other reviewers don't do their job properly, I agree completely, Blade Jamal. No, Spartan, nothing interesting has happened at all. Which game, Samus, do I like the most? Dread. Super's a runner-up, I'm not gonna lie, but Dread.
Data recording. Restoration sequence activated. Sequence complete. Process successful.
The Burning Legion has a recurring tendency and trend of not bothering to unveil their forces until they've already weakened and softened the enemy, to minimize the risk that they have to put into it. That's probably because the Burning Legion, despite being a demonic army, is extraordinarily organized. To the point of insanely organized. Like, they're functionally a supercomputer demon army, right? So, Kil'jaeden wasn't going to get involved in that until they had already done everything they could. Exactly, Mr. Red. If you ever wonder what lawful evil looks like in the Warcraft universe, the Burning Legion is it. One of the most orderly titans in existence, running a colossal army whose job it is to wipe out planets. Can I catch up to him yet? No, he's just that good. His dick is so big, y'all. It's so big. Yeah, actually, it's one of the things I like about the Burning Legion is they're not that powerful. Oh, they're super, like, well executed. They're organized. They're strong in like, I'm saying this wrong. They can accomplish a lot, but in terms of raw power, they would probably be pushed back by a lot of things. It is that organization and that structure that gives them the weight they do. It's why, no spoilers, an event that happened in Legion has ended the Burning Legion, even if the demons are still there. Anyways, sorry. Little off topic. Okay. Ugh. Actually, yeah. To be perfectly blunt, the Legion is what the Reapers probably should have been. Strong? Sure, but like, invincible? Nah. Actually, yeah, I would agree with that, Lord Herman. Hell, the Scourge are arguably a threat now. They've just decided to completely forget they exist. This guy, how is he getting ahead of me? Think about all the stuff I've had to do to progress through these rooms, and he's just like, nah, I'm good. No, the Brethren room are very eldritch. So. Oh, absolutely, Spartan. Legion was so good. Despite some issues, Legion was so good. Let's say 17 months start day. Alright, porn stash. Really? We also noticed they committed a very, very small portion of their forces to the attack on Mount Hyjal. Oh, right. Hey, space jump. We're just gonna unlock that now because, hey. I should mention, this is stupidly overpowered in this game. It is in a lot of the games, but this thing does insane damage. It also controls kind of weird. I guess it always has, but still. Try that again. There we go, got the tempo down. No, Yura. But I have looked up strategies for a boss fight coming up. And the strategy is, use screw attack. It kills stuff instantly. Oh, definitely the former, but we'll just know. Hang on, door's locked. Okay, door's unlocked. I'm never gonna stop making fun of that. Yeah, just regular jumps are screw attack now, by the way. Everything is a screw attack from now on. Yeah, the Chozo shoot is straight up magic. Let's just... yeah. I barely remember its burn. Yep, now we're the ones doing the screwing! Don't quote that out of context. Yes, Lord Harriman, go for it. Thank you for asking first, though.
I'm not a member of the Galactic Federation. I came here because I intercepted the distress call. I'm a bounty hunter.
Oh, that's much
I
safer.
know that something is after you. Please, you must believe me.
Please listen to my dulcet tones. I am your ally.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Samus Aran. What's your name?
Meline Bergman. Behind closed doors, the Galactic Federation was trying to create a special forces unit composed of bioweapons. In order to make it happen, they were attempting to create an organization modeled after the space pirates, with the Zebesians at the center. But because of a certain presence, the life forms became ferocious. We were no longer able to control them.
By a certain presence. She must have meant Ridley. So you sent out the distress signal, even though it endangered your life?
I had to. I felt there was a real danger here.
Did you notice the
that
Metroid
left
pin,
us
by the way?
as The Zebesians would continue to evolve and resurrect as real space pirates.
If that danger was real, then the risk of withholding information to protect herself was too great, clearly. And yet, wasn't she the one who set the facility's system to self-destruct? In silence, I praised her courage and sense of responsibility. At the same time, her argument had some holes. Say that the Zebesians, under Ridley's influence, became super aggressive. Would that really lead to the resurrection of the space pirates? Without a malicious force to lead them down that path, wouldn't they continue to merely follow their instincts, ultimately becoming no more than a swarm of feral creatures? Regardless, it was clear that the Galactic Federation was ready to consign their enormous mistake to oblivion. And that's why they sent a deleter. And as for Meline and others who knew the secret? But wait, there was another inconsistency in her story. Why go to such lengths at all? With just a small flexing of the Galactic Federation's military force, they should have been able to destroy a facility of this scope with ease. So why didn't they?
It's such an expensive cutscene. I weep for the people who spent months making that.
Actually, there was an even more dangerous plan. Come with me.
Hacking. Logging into the interwebs. Excitement.
What? That's not possible. The Metroids were terminated along with Zebes. Yes. And the last of them, the baby, met its end above my head.
Really?
You're Samus Aran, right? The one who annihilated the space pirates? Metroid remnants were attached to your suit when you returned from Zebes. They were reproduced from a piece of cell structure salvaged by the Federation, and they are in this facility.
Oh, I do, Alex. I even talked about it yesterday.
I gave your suit a polish so you'd be at least somewhat presentable.
Mwahaha! Glasses guy was evil all along.
And Ridley in the same way.
At first, no one thought that the creature was Ridley. They didn't think it had potential as a bioweapon at all. They raised it like a pet, calling it Little Birdie. Until one day, it attacked one of the researchers and got away. Ridley had played dead and lured the scientist into his cage. What was left? It was a horrible sight.
But in order to control Metroids, you need Mother Brain's telepathy. You don't. You didn't recreate a Mother Brain clone, did you?
Oh my god, this voice acting.
It's artificial intelligence. We developed an AI program that would reproduce Mother Brain's thought processes. We called it MB.
But it was just a program. It wasn't the Mother herself.
MB evolved as it communicated with the Metroids.
That's not what evolution
It
is.
appears as though it began to become self-aware, much like the original Mother Brain. It's really quite remarkable.
That's when it became clear to me just why Madeline was so afraid of the space pirate's resurrection. It wasn't that her story had holes in it. Through the holes were glimpses of the danger that was right before her eyes.
That's stupid.
If everything she said was true... Where are the Metroids and MB?
They're in an area called Sector 0. It's a unit that doesn't appear in any of our map data.
Final area, by the way.
It's a place like Turian, where we propagate and raise Metroids.
I began to see what the worst-case scenario would look like. The ultimate weapon, the Metroid, would be mass-produced, and as soon as an AI that could control them was developed, the plan to create a special forces unit modeled after the space pirates was replaced. But as the AI called MB spun out of control, the facility became a place much like the planet Zevis.
Why are you narrating the thing we literally just heard? Heard, mind you.
If the situation were left alone, galactic society would be put in peril. Even the ringleaders of the operation wanted to avoid that, but they still wanted the Metroids. And that's why they decided to capture the Metroids contained in Sector 0 and delete the rest of the facility, including the space pirates, Ridley, and everyone who knew the secret. But before the ringleaders could act, Adam appeared. Adam might have known or suspected the truth about the facility from the beginning. Regardless, since the ringleaders were members of the Galactic Federation, they could no longer act recklessly. And so a deleter was installed as a member of Adam's team.
You just said this! You just said this in your narration!
But
A deleter was sent, and then Adam did something. That's why they sent a deleter.
Madeline, thanks for telling me all this. I've got to destroy the Metroids and MB in Sector 0. You have to remain hidden. Don't worry. The Galactic Federation CO who's here now will help you.
No, Pillars of Snow.
You're safe.
Does that CO happen to be Commander Adam Malkovich?
Dun dun dun! Oh my god, this is still going. Next game we're playing, Alex, is Metroid 1. Hey, remember that scene that you saw literal seconds ago?
This operation is Commander Malkovich. I can't believe that he's here.
Stay here until I return.
Yeah, don't worry, the next game we're playing is a bad game. No, they're exactly as careful as they should be, Elazar. They are a smart enemy, rather than an unbeatable enemy. Alright, you ready for this? Ready for it? Ready for it? Okay, that's the end of the Deleter story arc. I'm not joking. That story arc just concluded. It will not come up again. Not joking. Now, if you've been paying attention, the Deleter story arc has gotten the overwhelming majority and bulk of the screen time so far. Up to and including this cutscene we just saw. So the Deleter is here. And then he approaches Madeline. Bang! The end. Hope you enjoyed that. Some of you are probably wondering why the Deleter plot was a negative. That's why. Now, several people asked about the voice acting. Now, I know I've repeated this like 3 times now. Those of you who didn't hear it before. There's a lot of reasons why the voice acting sucks in this game. The first is localization. But the second is Sakamoto, a, as the name might imply, Japanese gentleman who barely spoke English and insisted he be the English voice director. I don't really need to keep going. Because, yeah, that just lines up neatly then, doesn't it? I like this song. It's one of my favorite songs of the game, actually. Now, he can speak a little bit of English. Yeah, no, there was a lot of this problem in this era. It's actually funny because voice acting in gaming had gotten to the point of being actually freaking good back in the PS2 era. But that was still the exceptions. And I mean, let's be honest, Starfield came out last year. So, just going to triple up that negative right there really quick. I did actually see the question. I was trying to remember. I got like 4 questions during that cutscene. I was trying to remember all of them. What makes Metroid so dangerous? So they're resistant to basically everything except cold. The only reason they're resistant to they are not resistant to cold is because they had that specific weakness built into them, because the Chozo were slightly smarter than most precursor races and built in a weakness on purpose. So cold causes them issues, but other than that, Metroids just kind of live through whatever and can directly drain life force, which includes energy, heat, etc., from living things in order to empower themselves. And that's at their lowest tier, the basic, bare bones Metroid, which is the one you think of, the one that floats around like this. They have a life cycle which makes them get bigger and stronger and much meaner than that. Metroids are also highly adaptable to the point of ludicrousness. That's it. But Metroids are functionally the ultimate predator, for lack of a better word. They're an engineered apex level predator. I mean, it's never been referenced since then, Tevismoka, so they were a deliberate bioweapon, yes. Made by the Chozo to combat something that wasn't a bioweapon. The X-Parasites. We'll talk more about them later. Oh, yeah, I don't have to shoot things anymore, by the way. I can just jump into them. See? I can literally just jump into them now. Here, come back here. Come back here. Atmosphere of a Metroid game that I enjoy the most. I'm torn between 4. Fusion, Super, Dread, and Prime 1 specifically. All of those have really, really tight atmosphere. And that really sells me on those games. Would I say this game has any atmosphere? Let's go with no. There it is. By the way, I apologize to my viewers for being too good at this game. And I know that sounds like a brag, and it absolutely isn't. You see, I have had multiple people pop in and say, oh wow, these controls don't look terrible at all. And that sort of makes my heart hurt a little bit. That this game, which has the worst controls in a game I've ever played ever, doesn't look that bad. No words describe what this is like. If you're sitting there with the controller, actual Wiimote, just to make it fair, and playing this game, you understand. Some of you have actually played this game. You know what I mean. You really know what I mean. Oh god, Shattered Universe. Remember the Nebula level, where the controls were just kind of like wooga wooga? Basically just because. I mean, I don't want to sound derogatory towards Mega Man Legends, but that was pretty bad. Well, no, I think it was actually Mega Man Legends 2, sorry. It was one of them, and it... Oh my god. It was a thing. I'm actually challenging myself now. I'm trying to think. Games with the worst controls. Worse than this. Legends 2 had the underwater section. Oh, Folklore! Oh god, Folklore! Oh god, Folklore. Physical pain and cause damage to my controller. Now, Red Hell Retribution, ironically, controls really well. As absolutely bizarrely as that sounds, but it's true. Yeah, Nino Island. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. But hang on a second. I'm actually curious now. Let me just look it up. Let me just look up the games we've covered right now. And let's look at controls. So we've got Assassin's Creed Unity, Mega Man Legends 1, Mega Man Legends 2, King's Field 4, yeah. Spec Ops The Line, Mega Man X7, Super Mario 64, Mario Galaxy 2, Last Guardian, that was kind of a... we'll come back to that asterisk later. Fallout 1, Elden Ring, Tales of Arise. We have a lot of bad controls games. Ooh, that's another good one. StarCraft 1, Total War Troy, Total War Warhammer 3. Looks like that's it. So that leaves us with Iron Harvest and Dragon Age Inquisition. Let's look up the Ys, shall we? Iron Harvest. This is why I like to have everything cross-referenced. I can just pop down and be like, aha, one. So you can't cancel the retreat order in Iron Harvest. You cannot control multiple control groups in Iron Harvest. You have no formation controls in Iron Harvest, and you have delay issues in input. Yeah, I stand by that. So, yep, that's definitely... that might actually be the worst. Let's look up Inquisitor. Or Inquisition. I can spell. I can spell. Shush. All right, what were my control negatives for Inquisition? Oh. Yeah. No, that actually makes perfect sense. DAI's control negatives were for the Frost engine. Like, all of them. Melee, animation locking, animation locking, animation locking. hotkey limitation, and movement. And you'll notice, and I'm looking at it, and this is why I labeled it this way, every single one of those is a negative for the Frost engine. So yeah, I think those two are the worst prior to now. This is still worse. You have to understand. I know. I'm just a guy talking on the screen. But please grab something long and rectangular. And please picture doing this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Hang on. No, hang on. There we go. Okay. And then this, and then going back to this, and then going to this. Okay. Well, it's not working. And remember that controls is more of a category than just hitting a button and something happens. For example, the fact that there is no button to, random example, dodge, a major component of the game. Or how about, random example, the melee special attacks, which is a major component of the game. Neither of those are controlled by you. They're automatic if you happen to be close enough to the enemy and it decides to make them happen. No. Having reanalyzed my own thoughts on the matter, of the games we've reviewed, I'll limit myself to that system, I think this is the worst controlled game we have that is post-Oblivion line that we have reviewed. And wouldn't you know it, it's a Wii game. Correct, Mr. Red. That's you switching to aim mode. And remember, for those of you who haven't used a Wii before, the sensor bar dongle on the thing is not what you'd call precise. So hopefully... Really? Again? How many times do I have to kill you, boy? See this dodging? That's just automatic. It just happens. It's just a thing. Oh God, that's gonna be so much worse. Agreed, Astabine. You'll notice one of the games I mentioned was Galaxy 2. An extremely good game that is absolutely hampered by being locked into the Wii. Unfortunately, it depends on the game, Dark Day. Like, some games will be piss easy to emulate on the for the Wii, like Punch-Out, for example. Then there's games like Skyward Sword. Good luck.
Sequence complete. Process successful.
A Wii Punch-Out, to be very clear.
This elevator is bound for the main sector.
I did actually answer that question, Lord Harriman. I said, thank you for asking. And I said, yeah, go ahead and put it in creative endeavors. Wii Punch-Out was a great game that I am absolutely sad is still console locked to the frickin' Wii. No, I did not. I'm sorry, Eleazar. Do you mind repeating it?
This elevator is bound for Sector 2.
By the way, I've never played Secret Rings. That's why I haven't commented on that yet. I missed out on several Sonic games. Pretty much from 06 up to Unleashed. No, Eleazar. That doesn't make it any better. That makes it exactly as bad, in fact. Wait a minute. Are you secretly evil, Eleazar? Is that what this is? I mean, if your argument is... Sorry, I apparently am misunderstanding your argument, because if your argument is, does a game with no voice acting do better with a bad voice director? Why would there be a voice director in a game with no voice acting? Okay, like, help me out here, because I'm missing something. I thought you meant, like, if it was a Mario game with a lot of dialogue, like, you know, several of them. Also, Mario games have had voice acting before. Thanks for that, Sunshine. I never had any issues getting used to Super Metroid's controls with one huge asterisk. And you know what it is. It's the one negative to controls we're going to give Super Metroid. In fact, Super Metroid's probably going to be a triple positive and then a single negative. That's most likely the outcome there. Yes, Gum Gum. And Japanese voice director who doesn't speak or the VAs are also the devs and their friends. I don't hear a lot of stories about the latter, so I'm going to lean towards the director, but I might just not have heard them. Where are you taking me, game? Well, admittedly, I'm not into anime, so that probably explains that. Have I not? No, the one I'm curious about is how Fusion is going to score with regards to controls. Like, we know how Dread's going to score. It's probably going to have the highest control score of any game in the history of the ever. So, worst controls? Other M. Best controls? Dread. I'm starting to feel like I'm going the wrong way. Showing my luck, I probably am. Then again, the enemies did upgrade, and we are going into the frost section, so that's... maybe? We knew this day would come. Okay. Yep, search actioning. So never mind, I guess I am going the right way. Woo. There are many Super Metroid ROM hacks. Ah, so it's time for him. Okay. I don't know, Dread's music is good, it's just Super's music is super, you know? I'm actually surprised there isn't one Alchemist. That kind of accessibility stuff is something I see a lot in ROM hacks. Give me about a week, Spartan. I'll answer your question. No. The opposite of that, Gun Gun. I always felt like he played him more evil. So yeah, now we've got more gravity than usual. Instead of reversed gravity. I do like the thunk, 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 thunk. It's interesting how much buildup there is for a fusion boss, isn't there? I'd almost say that's on purpose. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this boss fight. I'm gonna be real. Oh, Samus would play for the story, kind of casually. She might get into crafting. But she'd be a quester through and through. Can I help you? Yeah, Fusion. The only Metroid which people have trouble 100%ing. Not because stuff's hard to find, but because you can literally miss out on stuff permanently. Oh my god, okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, ha, Triaxia. Yeah, we're just playing Twilight Princess again. That's what this really is. You know, the same argument can be made about Doom, Elizar. There's not a lot of story in Doom, so it's so much easier to do voice directing. And yet... Are we here? Surely I have a save point before this. Surely. Okay, I was gonna say, you better let me save before this fight.
Sequence complete. Process successful.
Yeah, exactly. Vega was the specific thing I was kind of pointing towards. They did a great deal with Vega. Yeah, apparently you haven't played any Doom games that have voice acting, Lazar. Spoilers. It's really good voice acting. I've never even heard of that meme, Jaxia, so I don't know. We'll see, Spartan. We'll kind of play it ear by ear. Like, for example, this game? Pfft, no. Doom 3? No, Doom 3 sucks. I'm talking Doom 4 and Doom 5, specifically. Sorry, I know several people are really interested in Doom 3, and I apologize for saying your game sucks. Please don't hate me. It's not my fault your game is total trash. Made by monkeys. In a cave with a box of scraps. Yeah, you know, you see why I do this way, by the way? Long experience has taught me that if you have a really crap game, you really should open with it and not end with it. There's nothing quite like the feeling of going straight from, say, Metroid Dread. Okay, that's a bad example. Imagine if we went from Metroid, Super Metroid, to Other M. Really picture that. Really picture how that would feel. I am not a Doom 3 denier because Doom 3 is actually called Doom 64. It's a decent game. We already reviewed it. Hello, Nightmare. It should just be a regular hunter. Plain old. God damn it, game. Please? Please? By the way, to be clear, I'm not joking. Doom 64 is the third Doom game of the 5. The game labeled Doom 3 has nothing to do with anything. It's a Gaiden game. The reason the Federation thinks that bioweapons are a good thing is because the Alien series exists. Pretty much, DZ Maven. Was Metroid Prime 3 any good? I've only played it once, and I've refused to play it a second time until it comes out on something other than the Wii. Probably answers it. Game, could you do what I ask you to, please? No. Is that too much to ask? Am I hitting the wall? I'm hitting the door. Oh my god, I'm hitting the door. Alright, whatever. We need missiles for this, and I wasted a bunch attacking a door earlier. So, pause. Hang on, let's refill our missiles. There we go. Pause. Or we just die. That appears to be what the game really wants to do more than anything else. No, that's not a cheat. That's actually built into the game. I paused because emulator issues, put very simply. Yeah, the way you heal is you hold your controller straight upright, and then you hit a button, and you just heal. And refill misses. Why is... Oh my god, it looks like I'm hitting the wall, too. This game is so crap. Alright, hang on. I mean, his name is literally Nightmare. You can't jump while you're in first-person mode, DZ, David. Okay, so we have that section, then we fought Ridley. Overly long cutscene. Blah, 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 blah. There we go, Nightmare. So what am I missing? That's it? That's it. Okay, cool. No, I was reading the walkthrough because it felt like I was missing something in the fight. I was not. Other than the obvious glitches I was having. Please, 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 please! Cool. I like how she only locks on when, you know, he's turned away. Like, you want to lock onto the faceplate there, Samus? Fuck. I don't even know what happened there. Please lock on? I feel like I have to beg here. Where's the controller? Okay, whatever. Please? Please? Oh my god. By the way, you've seen the entire fight. Just to be clear. This is it. This is the whole fight. Super Metroid, Ross. I can still play Super Metroid Vanilla, enjoy it just as well. But LTTV randos? No, I need those. There's actually a trick to this boss that I don't think I'm physically capable of doing. I could try. Yeah, let's go ahead and die on purpose. Oh no, I'm dying. Oh no. He's so dangerous in how he's killing me. I'm so dead. Oh no. Now he's taking forever to kill me for some reason. Hey, buddy. What's up? Could you kill me faster? Please, I'd really appreciate it. What the hell was that? Even the camera doesn't know what to do in this fight. No, the fight is actually really easy. That's the frustrating part. Please? There we go. Oh, thank God I'm dead. Let's try the trick, shall we? And let's fail at it. Too slow. Too slow. I start over on the side, and that's the problem. So, it's possible to super missile him. Please, 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 please. It's possible to super missile him right off the bat, which stuns him. At which point you super missile him again, and again, and again, and then he's dead. The fact that it does that, though, and I have to drag the cursor over is at least part of the problem I'm having. And he keeps knocking me back to the wall, and we know walls eat missiles. So that's a cool feature. Oh, by the way, I looked up cheats for Ridley. There aren't really any. I mean, there's a couple, but, you know, nothing useful. Like, infinite health would be alright, but nope. Nothing. So yeah, this is just a first-person boss, and that's pretty much the problem there. Go watch the VOD, or less. I don't feel like summarizing that stupidity. It was pretty bad, yeah. It was double negative worthy. Not the worst boss I've ever fought, but, you know. See what I mean, though? There's, like, nothing to this guy. He's also got way too much health, because of course he does. Why did you go into first-person mode? Hammered it. Enjoy, Noctis. Why am I starting the fight in first person mode? Why am I starting the fight locked into first person mode? Oh my god. Yes, you take damage in mid-transition boss scenes. That's been through the whole game, actually. Where is he? Oh, God. Ah. Ah. Camera, what are you doing? You know what, I'll accept that. You know, if I could just shoot missiles, that would be great. Not having to go into first-person mode, awkwardly lock on, then shoot while he's firing at me. That'd be great. Like, this might actually be an interesting boss fight. Simple, but, you know, not a negative. Hang on. We need to heal, so let's hold our controller up for a second here. Game! Or just... Never mind. What? That's my fault, Blitchifall. I'm stupid. The reason I keep having to shoot it with frost is in order to get rid of its gravity thing. While its gravity thing is up, it can't be shot, because it just absorbs all the shots into the gravity well. So you have to freeze the gravity well, then you can shoot it. See how long that took to get a lock on? Jesus Christ. Did you notice that when you attack him from the side, it does no damage, it just bounces right off? So there's only one Vuln window, and it's that one right there. So, tiny Vuln window, does too much damage, big waiting periods, and an enemy focused almost entirely on first-person shooting in this game. That's a paddling right there. Oh yeah, also lots of health. We've only gotten to phase 2 like twice so far. You can't even aim at it, DC Maven. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It'll be more accurate than that. Yeah, if I could just shoot missiles here, this would be a boss fight. I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't be the greatest boss fight in the world, but it would be a boss fight, you know. Okay. I'm gonna do this each time. Please, 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 please. Okay. We're going to the lower level now because the controls are just rebelling against me at this point. Seriously, I don't even know what the hell happened there. Or don't. That's cool, too. You see how it tried to go into first-person mode in midair? I don't even know it could do that. Right, hang on. I'm going to try to heal again. Let's see if we can actually heal this time, okay? Okay. We successfully healed. Switch back to regular controls. And run. No, run, 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 run! Stop! No! Why are you going into first-person mode? You piece of garbage! Why? Why are you doing that? In mid-air, no less. How is that even possible? Why is that even possible? Ugh. Okay, we're down here now. We need to not be down here, so let's get out of here immediately. Okay. No, over here! No, over here! What are you doing? You saw that, right? Oh my god. Yeah, I want to see the QA testers on this. And then apologize to them that they had to play this game. Why? Why? Oh my god, I can't believe that even worked. No! This guy, not the grapple beam. Oh my god. I don't remember why I usually stay on the top floor for this stupid fight. Please? Nope. Okay. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Hang on. Pause. Let's try to heal. Yeah, locking on to anything under the boss. What is this? Bloodborne? Okay. So we can't be in first person mode while doing this. So. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. We successfully healed. I'm going to switch back to regular control mode. And which is going to put us facing at the boss. But that's okay. So we only lost, like, all the health we just got back. Cool. It was all worth it. No, 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 no! The boss! The boss! God damn it! Okay, so that was Nightmare. So again, that's still a negative to gameplay for the boss, because it's still a bad boss underneath the controls issues. That was a worse boss than Molten Core Ragnaros. And I mean that unironically. Yeah, exactly, Saber for wife. Sometimes I beat a boss and I'm like, yeah! And then sometimes I beat a boss and I'm like, oh, thank God it's over. I never have to do that again. Yeah, about those rusty needles, I'm gonna get my shot. Which is good. Just get my tongue. Oh my God. Yeah, imagine that fight in Prime, where you could just strafe around it, you know, and lock onto the boss. Again, that would probably elevate it to a neutral. You know, to a wash, but still. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, imagine actually having a dodge button instead of just mashing the D-pad and praying. Okay. Hey, Nightmare, can I, like, kill you so I don't have to fight you in the next game? No? Okay. Oh, God, J Palmer. Okay, where am I going at this point? Yeah, over here. Okay, cool. Bye, Nightmare. I guess it's up. Yeah, by the way, you know the thing I dislike most about Nightmare being here? It's just straight up member berries. I should mention that thanks to the wonkiness of Fusion, this is probably like the real Nightmare, and that's not, but that's debatable, and well, we'll get there when we get there. Tell you, they keep hitting that member berry thing hard in this game. What was that? See, it's called a bottle ship because it's like a baby's bottle. You know, I'm honestly in favor of directors having their own style and unique way of doing things, but then again, I'm also in favor of directors, you know, being good.
Data recorded. Restoration sequence activated. Sequence complete. Process successful.
Really good song. Why put these little knobs in the way? Is it just so you can't dash run through here? Is that it? Is that the whole point? This is like the most padding, pointless hallway in the universe. What is the point of this? Usually these kind of things are load screens, but that's gargantuan. And we're still loading. Oh, now we're into this mode. Yay. You see, it's less well lit. That's how you know this is the evil part of the station. Oh my god, and now we've got a Dutch angle going on? Ugh. I should note that that's not me controlling the game. That's just, the game's just doing that. Ugh.
A baby.
Oh, baby. Remember Metroid 2? And Super, while we're on the subject. So explain to me what just happened. Go on, I'll wait.
Samus, can you hear my voice?
I read you loud and clear. Adam.
You know what lies up ahead. The Metroids and the artificial intelligence that controls them. The fruit of the Galactic Federation's twisted project.
Yes. So why did you shoot me?
You can't destroy these Metroids.
What do you mean?
Sector Zero Metroids most likely can't be frozen.
What are you talking about?
I think that's what everyone's been saying the whole game.
There's a strong likelihood that the Metroid's mortal weakness, the vulnerability to cold, has been overcome through genetic manipulation.
Reminder, the Chozo put that in on purpose.
There's no way you can destroy them.
But that baby earlier, the infant Metroid,
Oh yeah, baby.
you were able to freeze it.
True. My guess is that it was because it was still in a larval stage. But who can say? One thing's for certain. They're definitely propagating Metroids. Developing bioweapons with an obvious and fatal flaw would be suicide. It's hard to imagine the military mass-producing defective weapons. Then again, none of this makes sense. Metroids are lethal. Their extinction was a wise decision. And now, since no one has the technology to defeat them, they cannot be allowed to exist.
Hang on, Adam. First, I need to know why you're credited as the creator of the Metroid Military Program Report.
I received the request to write the report from Galactic Federation headquarters. In that report, I outlined the potential dangers of such a program and explained categorically why it shouldn't be attempted. HQ listened, but a small group within the Federation co-opted my report for its own purposes.
Why is she still panting for breath? I'm even going to ask about the fact that Adam was able to disable her with one shot.
Samus, you'll be fully recovered soon. I have several missions for you. This facility appears to be on an intercept course with Galactic Federation HQ. If what Meline Bergman said is correct, there's a distinct possibility that this is the start of an attack by MB against the Federation. One way or another, some sort of attack is clearly imminent. You have to find a way to divert the ship off its intercept course.
We're moving at sublight. We got a few years.
Survivor in room MW, toward the rear of the Bioweapon Research Center. Whoever it is will be a key witness. Secure the survivor's safety. And defeat Ridley.
Again?
He's as much of a threat as the Metroids.
No, he isn't.
And one last word of warning. Meline Bergman is no ally.
Why is she so damaged? Why is she acting so pathetic? I'm sorry. How are you anything? I cannot begin to process how she got hit in the back, and it took several seconds as she's like suffering from the pain of a single shot in the back, and then I fall. And then she passes out. And then she's like, oh God, I'm so damaged from this one shot. Have you seen the back of our armor? There's no weak spot back there. I'm sorry for banging on about this, but the reason I'm so upset about this is because this is being done for the stupidest reason possible. It's setting assassination and character assassination to go make Adam cooler. We're pushing Adam up, and the best way to push a character up is to push everyone else down. And by best, I mean most common and also worst. This is because plot. This is so frustrating. If she saw Adam and was like, heart attack, Senpai, no, you're so great. And then Adam shows up, is completely in control of the situation, is on top of everything, has figured out everything that she hasn't, tells her all the ways in which she's wrong, and then leaves fully in charge of the situation. He's just too cool for school. I'm starting to think that Adam is legitimately a self-insert for Sakamoto. Because while he was fine in Fusion and in Dread, this is nonsense. And yes, the context hasn't changed in the Japanese version of this scene. Shot in the back. Oh my gosh, you can't take out the Metroids. That's why I shot you in the back. Instead of shooting the Metroid first. Why did he shoot her in the back again? Hang on. So, there's the fact that he shot her in the back, which is stupid. And then there's how he managed to do so much damage by shooting in the back. Both are stupid. I can answer one of those. The reason why he shot her in the back is so we can have a few seconds of suspense. Was Adam the deleter? Because remember, there was that question earlier they brought up. Is Adam the deleter? And what's funny is at this point, there's only two left. James Pierce, who is the deleter, and Adam. So they wanted that last few seconds of maybe it's Adam. And then no, it's not. That's it. Just to have that last dragging out, that last pointless reveal. It's just like with the Ridley thing. Everybody in the universe could tell it was Ridley the second he showed up, but they dragged it out for another minute or so. And yeah, I know we had some control issues there, but still, even if you do that legitimately, that still takes like a solid 60 seconds to go from, oh my god, it's Ridley, to, oh, it's the big reveal that it's Ridley, and the dumbest cutscene in the game. Yeah, as Damashi said, I shot you in the back to stop you from fighting a Metroid that has no weakness. Then I immediately shot the Metroid with its weakness. Why did it work? Oh, because it was an infant.
What are you planning to do with the Metroids here in Sector 0?
Leave it to me.
Okay, the real hero is going to deal with this. Well, you go do
Have a plan for
the
dealing
other
with
thing.
Metroids that can't be frozen?
Sector 0 has a self-destruct protocol.
Notice she's still gasping for breath.
If the sector receives a significant amount of damage, the unit is programmed to detach and self-destruct. A powerful explosion will eliminate the Metroids and MB without leaving a trace.
Don't you dare, Adam. Let me go in. I'm the only one who has a shot against the Metroids. We have to take the chance.
Look at her.
Please, Adam. You have to trust me.
Hey, in case you missed the extremely obvious parallel to the earlier scene. She can't even stand upright without him steadying her. This is so insulting. He has to reach out and steady her arm so she can stand upright. Think about that for 5 seconds. Ah. In Metroid Dread, there's a cutscene. There's a cutscene where she's just been involved in a fight, and the camera's back a little bit behind her so you can see her right arm. And as the cutscene is progressing, the boss starts moving again. Without anything else, you just see her clench her hand and start charging up the shot, so that when the boss then attacks, she's already ready for the shot to go right into it. Those 5 seconds of storyboarding and visual storytelling characterize Samus better than this entire game. And I'm being sincere here. We were talking about Doom 4 earlier. You remember that? One of the reasons why I hold Doom 4 on such a pedestal, even though it certainly has its issues and problems, is because they managed to do so much with so very, very little. They managed to use minute, precise, careful little things in order to make characters work, in order to add characterization. The way Doom Guy moves, acts, and functions tells us about him, tells us about his character. I don't want to spoil too much, but there are specific scenes in Doom 4 which clearly indicate the mind behind the character. And I bring that up because Metroid Dread does the same frickin' thing. That scene I just mentioned is only seconds long, but someone sat and thought about what should be happening every moment of those seconds and used it to demonstrate the character, to show us Samus Aran. This is not Samus Aran.
I wish I could battle Ridley, but I can't. Unlike you, I'm no galactic savior.
Be sure?
I'm merely human. But I can save you. You should be completely healed soon.
From what?
Much time.
You shooting her?
We both need to get started on our missions. I'm sorry for getting a little rough with you. Good luck, Samus.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. He's taller than her. I know that's a really minor thing, but Samus is tall. What is this? What is this?
Please wait!
Someone said it earlier. The whole reason she had that disability at all was specifically so she couldn't chase after him and save him, so he could go off in his brave sacrifice. God,
Objections. Right, lady?
oh my God! Screw you! I agree, Grumpai. My favorite is the one from the trailer where he just grabs the authorization key. And just drags it over to the guy, you know. Oh yeah, on top, sorry, yes, thank you. Bit of a trigger warning, but on top of everything else, this is also glorifying suicide. Now, speaking as someone who has some pretty controversial thoughts on suicide, suicide is, all other things being equal, a bad thing. You probably should stop glorifying it so much, Japan. Listen to this freaking music. I hate everything about this cutscene. I hate everything about this cutscene.
Adam vanished. My best friend.
Oh, shut up.
The person who understood me best.
Ah.
The closest thing to a father I had.
Other than the Chozo who actually raised me.
Thoughts swirled through my head.
Oh, please tell me about them in full detail.
Such a cruel way to say goodbye. I was the only one who witnessed Adam's last moment, and though it shook me, I was calmer than I usually am. I think Adam granted me that Eye of the Storm clarity, his final gift to me. There was no time for me to grieve his death. But there was time for me to say, Adam, thank you. Leave the rest to me.
Oh, now our suit's fine. Notice this is literally seconds later. Just like that. Oh my god. Literary masturbation. Yeah, I like that. Or rather, I hate that, but you know. I love Other M and masturbation. Wait, don't quote me on that. I just... We don't talk about Ravenbeak. We'll leave that for later. Don't quote that. Don't quote that. No, Mr. Red, don't quote that. Don't do it, Mr. Red. No. Yeah, that's what Other M means. Oh my god, you figured it out. You figured it out. That's what Other M means. Other masturbation. That's so horrible. Oh yeah, good point. Let's get rid of this positive while we're here. Yeah, sure as hell doesn't mean Other Metroid. It actually literally doesn't, by the way. I'll tell you what Other M stands for later. Oh yeah, this is sandpaper. Oh yeah! Yeah, just feel that blood lubricating it! Oh. Hang on, let me get my thoughts out before I lose them. Before my brain ejects them from me to salvage my own sanity. I was debating a plus for Anthony, and he's gone. So, you know. I stand by what I said. Anthony is a neutral. And that puts him above the rest. Like, I should give a negative to character for the deleter while we're at it. No, I really should. I'll type up more thoughts about that later. None of the other characters were even there. I'm so glad you're enjoying that, Yura. Please enjoy life. Enjoy games. Don't play this. Learn from my mistakes. I'd actually never seen the cutscene we just saw, by the way. That's new to me. I like I said, I know what happens in the story. I knew Adam kills himself because I played Fusion. But... good luck, Estamine. You're gonna need it. Okay, hang on. Another M rewrite. Actually, a Metroid rewrite is something that's a thing. Oh, no, this is getting garbage. Hang on. I'm just... let me concentrate. So... I mean, Starfield was just... I need a new word. I need another word other than garbage. What's below garbage? I've been using the word garbage since I was young, because I've been trying to avoid cussing my entire life, unless it really deserves it. This is just... it's like personally insulting, you know? It's just... gutter trash. I actually, no joke, the term, you've probably heard me use the phrase gutter trash. I freely admit I learned that phrase from Back to the Future 3. I believe it's an egg-sucking yellow piece of gutter trash, I believe is the full quote. But the way he said it really sold it. Gutter trash. Like, you could just spit those words out. It just fits, right? Anyways, ahem. Oh, hang on. Ride to Hell. We still haven't reviewed that game. I'm really curious how far down it's going to go, because we have unearthed new cellars and basements of bad since we have covered Ride to Hell. Did he, Trinafor? I can hear it now that I'm saying it, but I can't remember what he said exactly. It's been since the 90s since I've seen that show. I guess since it was new. I've never rewatched it. I've heard that, Braywin. Sub-gutter. It's just, there's sub-gutter, and then there's sub-sub-gutter, and then there's sub-sub-sub-gutter. No, Samus in canon is a giant. We've actually seen her standing next to several other characters. She is very tall. And then she puts on the suit. Which adds like another, I don't know, like 6 inches or something. Six foot 3, there you go. Without the suit. Taller than I am, for a bit of perspective. Okay, where were we? Got all my thoughts out. Let's do this. No, there we go. Thanks for showing me that game. I like to think that in lore she turns behind and is like, ooh, pretty. Because the Samus in this game has so little of a brain, I'm not sure that there is something functioning in there as a brain. Are you freaking kidding me? Now is when you unlock the gravity suit. I honestly thought they just forgot it even existed. God, this game sucks. Best escape music in the franchise, though. Don't at me. This song is literally my alarm clock's music on my phone. Correction, sir. That's blown out. Thank you, Data. Yeah, I also noticed her suit doesn't change. Does anybody have a few seconds to look something up for me? It's just for idle curiosity's sake. You don't have to.
Process
But I'm honestly curious about something.
successful.
I want to know how many different suits that look different are in Prime 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it's not a small number. And I don't remember off the top of my head. And I know technically she loses the Phazon suit at the end of 1, but still. Let's not count the fusion variant, because that's literally just an Easter egg. Ooh, there. Oh, hey, Nightmare's still here. Yeah, you knew what was about to happen. By the way, Light Suit is the best looking Samus armor ever. Don't at me. That's not true. I actually really like the purple one in Dread. Game. Yeah, Dread's final suit is just awesome. I said that the first time we saw it, and I stand by it. That suit is great. I don't have to missile you now. I do like the Phazon suit, don't mistake me. In fact, quite frankly, I like pretty much all the Prime suits, which is part of the other point I was making. Because we're in the Various suit right now, which is nice, but, I mean, it's the Various suit, you know? Yeah, this boss is so much better when you don't have to use missiles. It's kind of crazy, actually. Leave that black hole there. Okay, well, let's go see what we can do about that. Hey, Earth Trinius. Welcome to Trash. An egg-sucking piece of gutter trash, one might even say. Oh yeah, sorry, sub-gutter. We're in the sub-gutter now, I keep forgetting. I am so sorry, Darth Trinius. What did you think of it? This one, Darth Trinius says, "This is my favorite Metroid game." And then I have to kill myself. But it's okay, because Adam taught me that killing myself is okay. Yeah, that wasn't it. Sorry, I had a theory there. Notice how it's still a boring boss fight. Despite the removal of the bullcrap. You know, honestly, as much as I hated this game enough to not finish it, I don't remember it this badly. I really don't. Granted, I was playing it with a friend and we were making fun of it the whole time, and that can really color your perceptions, but... yeah. Egg on my face.
Data recording. Restoration sequence activated.
Yeah, I noticed that, Hourglass. I figured maybe if I drag his shots into it, then hey, it'll, like, collapse the wormhole or something. Nope. Just live with it. Yeah, no, well, there have obviously been bugs with this version, and obviously that is definitely coloring some of the experience. I actually legitimately think that the controls were worse on the Wii. It's why I never even considered actually playing this on my Wii and getting it hooked up. Wii U, technically, but you get the point. Oh, nice, Dr. Winter. I've heard good things about it, but then again, most wishlisted, yada, yada, yada. I wouldn't say the first-person aiming was better. The one and biggest thing that the Wii version did, which is better than this version, and this is definitely bug territory, is it's easier to stop being in first-person mode in the Wii version, because you just flip the controller back on its side. Having said that, even that is not perfectly consistent, as anybody who's played this game can tell you. I don't think so, Lord Haremont, but I could be wrong. The only thing I know about the insistence on the controller situation was the stupidity with regards to making the game more accessible. AKA more like the NES. Don't blame you, Yura. I think I've said this yesterday out loud, but I know I have said this in private. I am very strongly considering putting a quiet ban on any future Wii games for review. Just walking away from all this nonsense. With a couple of noteworthy exceptions. Punch-Out, maybe Smash. Switch ports aren't Switch games at that point. Or, sorry. Switch ports aren't Wii games at that point. I think that might actually be it. I think that's the whole list. Yeah, basically anything that can be emulated without controller issues, sure. Anything else, yeah. Well, Xenoblade 1 has been ported off of it. Monster Hunter Tri, I don't think anybody has interest in that, so I'm not worried about that. There are two other games that were in, well, three actually, that were in consideration. Oh, Mario Kart. Mario Kart will be fine, though. But no, there was, so there's Punch-Out, I already mentioned that. Last Story was one that was being considered. And Fire Emblem, that's the one, thank you. Unfortunately, the problem with both of those games is good luck getting a hold of a copy of those, a legal copy. I've never reviewed it, Dr. Winter. But yeah, I do not own Last Story, and I do not own Radiant Dawn. Feel free to look up how much those games cost nowadays. It's actually gone up since the last time I looked. kidding me with this crap? I mean, I hated it, J. Palmer. But I can actually explain why very objectively. Yeah, exactly, as to mean. Yeah, those games are hard nopes. Actually, I do, Euro. So let me explain why the Mario Kart thing for the wheel sucked for me personally. And yes, I know this is a me problem. And I know that people get really elitist about playing Mario Kart Wii with the Wii controller. But here, check this out. Okay. So here's your actual Wiimote. Now, the accessory just added a circle to this. So you could hold on to it like a wheel. Cool, right? But the thing is, what you may not know is that the internal gyro of the Wiimote doesn't actually work past 90 degrees. Or let me explain this way. If I'm turning left, and I'm turning left a little bit, and I'm like, no, I really need to turn left. If I start turning too far left, it starts thinking I'm going this way. And it starts flipping the controls, and I'll start going to the right. Same thing in the other direction. So you can, in order to steer with that, you have to do this, and you basically have to stop yourself at about the 45-degree angle, right there and right there. If you go past this, then you're screwed. Make sense? Now, people who got really good at this, they can do this, like, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, and of course that just completely screws me over. No, I think we actually played that on my Wii, Damashi. It might have been one of the last games I played on the actual console before I decided to never do that again because of the hellacious issues with capturing certain consoles. Yeah, it had the circle thing I just mentioned. Well, I've never heard of Icarus, Razor Kuriko, but I can think of several survival games that have more of a story focus, like Grounded or Subnautica, both come to mind immediately. Now, those are survival builders, but they're still survival-y. There's also The Forest, which has a story focused. There's plenty. It's actually pretty normal. Having said that, if you want to fund one, as long as it follows all the other requirements, sure. It doesn't really matter if there's a story in a game. I'm the lore runner, not the lore runner. Oh yeah, I don't remember where to get to the helmet, by the way, to answer whoever asked. I think it was Hourglass. And I kind of don't care. Steering wheel and pedals? No, J. Palmer. Or if there was, I don't know about it. They didn't have analog inputs anyways. The only way to put forth a game suggestion is to do some kind of donation to the show, whether that's actual money, of which there's several means to do that, or the coins. It's the only methods. The coins are already there for people who do not have the money to financially support the show. So that's as good as that's getting. I know what you meant. How's this backtracking, by the way? How's it treating you? Notice nothing's different other than the fact that we have the screw attack, which might sound like a big deal, except you remember, we've already been through this exact same area with the screw attack already. This is currently our third time through this, and our second time under this current power setup. This is pure copy-paste. Nothing new whatsoever. Same enemies, too. Yes, this is just the FF13 edition of the game right here. Yeah, really? Yeah, we just got the gravity shoot, which I believe is our last upgrade. We've got secret missiles, we've got screw attack, we've got gravity. It's actually funny. I'm pretty sure that thanks to some QA feedback, that's why Samus moves so quickly, is to speed up some of these sections. Oh yeah, we don't have power bombs yet, although that's its own thing. Okay, we did it. How do you like that silver, Ridley? You ever wonder how these aliens can even see with vision like that? Cool. Oh god, I wonder if FF13 is going to score a net positive when we get there. I just remembered what the next boss is. I've never fought this boss, so I don't really have any expectations here. Anyways, Ridley's dead, by the way. So Ridley's dead. Again. It's okay. There'll be another Ridley in a game canonically after this. I don't know, Sean. Okay, so you ready for the end of the deleter plot? So, as we already mentioned, this is the deleter. They never say that or acknowledge that.
James.
But James was the deleter. Remember, he was the one who was approaching MB. Then there was a gunshot, and then fade to black.
What?
Enjoy that, because they never actually acknowledge or recognize that that was the deleter, and his story arc is over. So thanks for wasting like 80% of the story to runtime on that game. Yeah, so Adam went off and killed all the Metroids. Hope you weren't looking forward to actually fighting Metroids in this game. And Ridley just got wharfed. So there's only one thing left for us. The greatest boss ever. Samus, you're an experienced person. Why aren't you looking up? It's time to fight the killer potato.
Ridley. What could have happened?
Samus, you're not this stupid. You know exactly what a Metroid attack looks like. Like, I don't even feel like that's a spoiler. That's a Metroid attack. You've seen it in this game. Considering the amount of noise that this game made for a Metroid game, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, Ridley's dead. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me go ahead and see this Icarus game. Let me look this up. First of all, thank you, Razor Kirito. Always appreciate. Now let me look this up, because I've actually never heard of that game, so I gotta do a little due diligence really quick. And this means I don't have to play the game for a few seconds, which is just, oh, that's just such a great thing. Not having to play the game. One of my favorite things to do. Has a lot of DLC, which is not a good sign, admittedly. Rocketworks, is that the developer? Okay, cool. You got it. I'll go ahead and add that to the list at some point. Okay, let's push through this train wreck, shall we? Whatever that game is, it's probably better than this one. Probably has a better story, too. I mean, they're well done, Yura, but I don't enjoy them, no. Recognize those? There's a whole lot of member berries here. It's really blatant, honestly. That is something? I did. I'm an idiot. Okay, what incredibly obvious thing am I missing? Because it's always something incredibly obvious. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You want me to do this here? Once wasn't enough. And the Cheetos got in the way, of course, as is their wont. Oh, there appears to be nothing here. I guess we came all this way for nothing. No, Jay Palmer. As I talked about during my spiel yesterday, this is one of the smoothest productions I've ever covered in a game design. No issues, no problems, good coordination, no hassles. No miscommunications, no executives, no time budget, no money budget problems, I mean. Yeah, the messenger had pretty bad backtracking. Worse than this, honestly. Backtracking can be good or bad, but this is pretty solidly bad backtracking. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look at a walkthrough. Let's see what we're supposed to do in here. Yeah, Prime 1 has pretty bad backtracking. I love Prime 1 to death, but that's going to be a pretty big negative. Paper Mario 2 has pretty bad backtracking, too. Another GameCube game. Okay. What do you think is required here? What do you think we need to do in order to progress? I just looked it up. Give you a couple seconds. One thing that would significantly improve the game besides fixing everything. Power bombs. Just power bombs. The answer is, of course, to walk up to this door, then go into first person. Or maybe it's the other door. It's one of these doors. Let's try this again. There she is. And that's how we progress.
No!
No.
No!
No, you got it wrong.
Stay away! Stay away!
You have to calm down. Wait. Metroid eggs. It can't be.
See, I've never fought this boss. So I anticipate this is gonna suck. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some suckitude here. Oh my gosh. Game. There you go. Are you really gonna make me do this game? Come on. Oh my god. Oh no. So for those of you who don't remember, the way you beat Metroids is with missiles. Yep, you freeze them, then you missile them. Look at how many of these things there are. Get out of first person, get out first, get out first person, get out first person, get out first person. Oh my god. I can do anything to win. So yeah, we are doing absolutely nothing to the queen here. By the way, the Queen was also defeated by, you guessed it, missiles. And also power bombs, but you know, whatever. I'm just gonna Google this right now and not even waste time trying to figure this out, legit. How do I fight you? Yep, that's what I thought. Step 1. Kill all the Metroids. Cool. Please, please, please. Ah! Oh my god. This is so terrible. Oh my god. I don't think this is possible. I legitimately think I can't do this. I have no cheats to speak of. You know, if it wasn't for the missiles, I think I would have those. How did that not hit the other one? Now we're behind, and now there's 5 of them. That's another thing. This is the first time we fought Metroids in this game. Total. So if this is your first Metroid game, good luck. And one broke out, which means I'm screwed now. How could this possibly get worse? I'm kind of asking for a friend. It's not me, of course, because I hate myself. Ugh. I have no idea, Yura. I doubt it. It's not 480i. Giving Metroid's iframes is a dick move, by the way. Just saying. Maybe shot. The forced first-person thing is without question the worst part of the game. Whether you're playing on a Wii or an emulator. What? Remember, there's no healing from these guys, so I don't like to get to refill as I'm slowly paying the health tax of pushing through these things. I just take damage periodically because screw me. Speaking of which... I admittedly don't know how to set that up in such a manner, Rack, so I have no idea would be my answer. Okay, refill our health in the dumbest way possible. Okay, phase 1 done. 57. Or don't, that's cool. Dakota. Bull crap, that hit me. Let's heal. Here's a second. There we go. You wonder why I'm pausing each time with it? I have to physically change the options. Manually, I don't know why I said physically. I have to manually change the options in the emulator to be like, oh, I'm holding my controller up in order to be able to do the heal, because the heal requires Holding the controller up. If there is Yura, it didn't work. Either in Mario Galaxy 2, nor in here, because both games have the same mechanic. So, the solution I came up with was just have a completely separate binding, which is up. Yeah, concentration is probably a dumb idea to begin with, if we're being honest. But at least it would be passable if it was a button instead of hold the Wiimote up. Okay, now we crawl inside it instead of powerbomb. Because of course it just goes back up to full health.
This facility will intercept Galactic Federation orbit in approximately 30 seconds. This facility will intercept Galactic Federation orbit in approximately 30 seconds.
What? Not at all as to mean, and I don't know why. Yep, we're entering orbit of the Galactic Federation.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Warning, emergency brakes engaged. Brace for impact. Warning, emergency brakes engaged.
Yeah, I've noticed that the writer here has no idea what a polity is, or how an organization works, and has just been treating Galactic Federation like it's a town. And I mean that so thoroughly. Oh, God, come on, come on, come on, come on. God damn it, I only got 2 shots off because of that crap. Yeah, you knew it was coming. Oh, we're just dead. Okay. Where does it put us back to? Oh, thank God. Game? You want to shoot? Game? But how do I powerbomb? How do I do it? How do I do it? Physically, how do I do it? What button do you want me to hit to interact with your goddamn pseudo cutscene game? Oh, that's right. I should remember the one and only other time I've been able to do that. The whole... at the very beginning of the game. That's awful. Also, I don't remember how they did it. I'm just going to assume it's a charged missile. At least they're the checkpoint in the middle of the fight, or else I'd be really pissed. Of all the many things this game does extremely wrong, at least it does the mid-mission checkpoints correctly. Yeah, you better run. I just killed the frickin' Metroid Queen. Again. Oh, okay. Powerbomb! 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 Sorry. 1 second. Well, you see, Hourglass. Samus did mention a long time had passed in between Super and this game. They never clarified how long that was. I know, right, Nactus Exol? You notice this game is a really piss-poor version of Fusion, right? For those of you who've played Fusion. The bones there are just... yeah. Lady, I've had a really bad day. Could you not?
Don't come any closer.
Or what?
Don't come any closer.
Or what?
Stay away from me.
Easy. I won't come any closer until you say so. My name is Samus. I'm an independent bounty hunter. I know the situation here and I know how you must feel. I'm here to secure your safety. May I come closer?
I was gonna say, wait, you're Samus Aran? No, this whole planet is dead!
What's your role at this facility?
I'm responsible for all operations. My name is Meline Bergman.
Oh yeah, dun dun dun.
I met another woman who called herself Meline Bergman. What's going on here?
What you met was MB.
Yeah, lore shock.
She's an android. She was created with the intellectual data of Mother Brain and consequently developed Mother Brain's
Get it?
consciousness.
Meline Bergman? Isn't that clever?
The Federation's foolish plan. Mother Brain's rampage.
Yeah, so Other M stands for Other Mother.
Everything that happened here was just as Meline, or rather MB, had told me. The person who sabotaged the system to stop MB's rampage and sent out the distress call had to be the person standing before me. It had to be Meline Bergman.
MB was the artificial intelligence originally developed to regenerate and control space pirate special forces. Because we wanted it to control these special forces through telepathy, we were forced to model its infrastructure after Mother Brain. At that time, MB didn't have a human form. Before long, we started to see the viability of creating Metroid clones. Once we did, MB started to take on her current shape.
But why?
Because we needed the first Metroid hatchling to recognize MB as its mother, she had to take on the form of a living thing.
Why?
With that as our theoretical basis, we were able to create the ideal relationship with the Metroid.
Hold on. For those of you not aware, the original Metroids were controlled by the original Mother Brain, which was a giant brain in a jar. That was also true in Super. No need for, like, a living thing. It was just... Also, the original Mother Brain was made by the Chozo and betrayed them, while we're on the subject, but let's not get into that.
One that wasn't based on dominance or control.
I remember the baby hatching before my eyes.
Baby.
When it attacked Mother Brain in order to save me.
Correct, Rex.
That was the result of the kind of ideal relationship they were trying to develop with MB.
That is now the 4th time they've shown that cutscene, by the way.
And started propagating Metroids in Sector 0. At the same time, they were conducting genetic manipulation experiments to create unfreezable Metroids. Apparently, the queen I met earlier was the first of these propagated Metroids to mature. They wanted to preserve her as a control specimen, so they had left her genes unaltered. The fact that she'd grow into a queen was something not even Meline and her team could have predicted. Only special infants had the genetic coding to become queens.
Once our MB was in a human form, she excelled. As an interface between us and them, her skills with personal interaction humanized her to a great extent.
If my theory is correct, this is going to be a groundbreaking multi-system for artificial intelligence.
Her confidence was unwavering, and her ability to learn was greater than we'd expected, but then she developed emotions, then a nascent sense of herself. She began asserting her own thoughts, and her opinions began to contradict ours.
Oh no.
It's quite typical for artificial intelligence to evolve as a result of self-analysis. However, there's no precedent for an AI like MB developing emotions.
You yourself said flat out that you copy-pasted the Mother Brain's, like, mental pattern perfectly. I don't even want to know how you got such a thing to begin with. Let's ignore that for a moment. But you copied and pasted it into this android. Why are you surprised at all that the MB android is just Mother Brain? Like, this isn't a cloning situation like Ridley, which was stupid. This is a fork. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the fact that you then dumped this program into a humanoid android body, which is whatever. Ugh.
It's possible that her interactions with the Metroids brought it about, but we don't know for sure.
You're so stupid.
The newly hatched infant took to her like his mother. And perhaps at that moment, MB began to develop a soul. It was all conjecture, but the idea wouldn't leave my mind.
And that was when we decided to alter her AI program.
A human-like existence, but one without feelings. To make MB less than human, the researchers had to deny her that consciousness. I knew this, but in my heart, I felt sympathy for MB.
What do you want to bet they kind of borrowed the Aurora units concept for this game? Remember, Prime came out before this.
Right before my eyes, I watched her being restrained.
Stop! What are you doing to her?
These orders are from above. Take her away.
Wait!
She reached out to me and asked me for help, but there was nothing I could do.
What's happening?
My presence that day caused a disturbing reaction in her.
What is with this music?
She was fixated on me.
Meline had taken to calling MB Melissa. She took the initials MB and told the AI they stood for Melissa Bergman.
It looks great on you.
MB liked that name. It made it sound like Madeline was calling her her daughter.
You see, because you might have missed that Metroid Other Mother is about motherhood and babies. In case you haven't picked up on the fact that there's babies and mothers, there's mothers and babies and children and mothers and babies and mothers. So Mother Brain is the daughter baby of the other mother who... Oh my God!
Once she felt abandoned and hunted by that same Madeline, MB telepathically commanded the Special Forces to revolt. The facility fell into complete chaos and suffered widespread damage.
MB was trying to get revenge on the Federation Army. And on us. It's possible all humans have become the target of her hatred.
With the space pirates under her control, she was able to propagate the Metroids in Sector 0, even creating a Queen Metroid. She was well armed and planning her attack on the Galactic Federation.
Which, as a reminder, is a town.
But Adam and I crushed her plan completely. And now, who could guess where she was and what she planned next?
She's backed into a corner. And her hatred is entirely focused on you and me right now. MB! Wait, MB, calm down. Please listen.
Madeline, step back!
I mean, we were wrong. It's all over.
Madeline!
I was not wrong. The humans were foolish, and I was forced to bring judgment on them. And yet, because of you, I failed. You must understand the weight of your crime. You must pay the price for what you've done.
Please, MB. We have to get past this.
No. You will all be judged.
It's okay now. I won't ever fail you again. I promise. I'm so sorry. Melissa. Oh, Melissa, it looks great on you. That's your name.
Let's go! Move! Don't move!
Okay, stop.
Being happy.
Can you go up with that one, please?
No.
Okay,
Even
I'll
though
carry you
it's
up.
dinner time.
Come on, let's go.
It's dinner time.
I know, but I gotta finish it. Terrible cutscenes. Metroid Other M, be thy name. You know what I love most about that cutscene? I love that a lot of very talented people got paid a lot of money to make that trash. It's very FF13, if I might be so bold. Oh, and I absolutely mean that as an insult. Like, that was some of the most meaningless flash I've seen in a long time. Let's cover what actually happens. MB's like, I'll kill you. And then, like, oh my god, she's frozen from behind. Their troops come in. But then MB releases herself. And then she's like, behold, I will use psychic powers to awaken the beasts, which will then show up and fight them. That's it. That's it. And yeah, that was a long freaking cutscene. Like a really long cutscene. So, that's cool. It's dinner time. So we'll continue this train wreck tomorrow, because we're not actually done yet. We're not even like 5 minutes to done. So tomorrow, at roughly 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, more garbage.